So we're working out of OpenStax Statistics, Chapter 8. We're on the 9th tab of this massive Excel workbook, and we're talking about confidence intervals with the +4 method. So you can always access the OpenStax textbook for free. Just look in the description of the video for a link, and you can get this Excel workbook for free. Just go to divideandconquermath.com and go to the OpenStax Statistics section. So we have that a random sample of 25 statistics students was asked, have you smoked a cigarette in the past week? And 6 students reported smoking within the past week. And we're asked to use the +4 method to find a 95% confidence interval for the true proportion of statistics students who smoke. So if you look in the slides or in the book, you will see a description of where this idea comes from. So in short, there's kind of an amount of error that comes from computing a confidence interval for a proportion. And so there's a simple adjustment that allows for more accurate confidence intervals. That's what the +4 method is. So the idea is that you create a new sample size where you add 4 more observations and 2 more successes. So let's first start by talking about our given data. So for my given data, I have my n is 25 and my x is 6. But then for my +4 method, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my n plus 4 and I'm going to take my x plus 2. And this information here, this is what I'm going to use for the problem going forward. So now my p prime will be based off of this data and everything else kind of flows the same. So my q prime will be taken, I'll take my 1 minus my p prime. And then my alpha level in this case, we have that was 0.05. So my alpha over 2, it's optional if you want to do this or not, but then I can find my critical value. And so I can use my norm.s.inverse function. And I like to take the absolute value of this number, and you can round it if you so desire. So I'm going to go ahead and just round to 3 decimal spots because that's typically what your book does. Okay, and so now from here, I can go ahead and calculate my error bound. So my error bound is found by taking the square root of p prime times q prime, all of that divided by my new n. So there's my error bound. And then from here, I can compute my confidence interval. And so I can compute the high versus the low parts of my confidence interval. So in this case, I'll use my p prime plus my error bound for the high part and my p prime minus the error bound for the lower part. So the 95% confidence interval is going to be this 0.359. I'll round it. Oops, I went the wrong way. 0.193 to 0.359. And so there's your 95% confidence interval using that +4 method.